Hey everyone, it's Lizzie. Welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be laying out my paycheck number 6 for the month of July. So it is July the 31st, last day of the month, and I just received my pay. So here it is for you guys. I hope this gives you some motivation to get working on your budget and to really lay out a plan and be realistic about it. I'm all about being realistic, and I hope that this motivates you guys. So let's just get started. So I'm using this worksheet to lay out my budget because I think using worksheets is so much easier. So let me zoom in so you all can follow along. All right. So we are going to start with the income that we are going to be breaking down for this budget, and that is $1,359.57. And then I always take a 10% of what my pay was to give back to the church. That's just what I believe and what I've grown up doing. And, you know, God has really blessed me when I do this. So I always include this in my budget. So we're going to set aside $136 for my giving portion. So I'm just going to go ahead and write that right up here. And then the giving. Okay, so now we have to break down our expenses. And being that it is the last day of the month, I have to think about the upcoming month. So I'm going to be thinking about August when I lay out my budget. I have to figure out, you know, what are the upcoming expenses, and that's how I do my breakdown for my expenses portion and how to figure out what I'm going to be budgeting. So typically what I like to do is I start off with the biggest items. So it's the mortgage. And I've already been setting aside a specific amount each week. So I will always set aside $245.55 each pay. So that way I know I am ahead when it comes to paying my mortgage. I do not want to be short on paying my mortgage because that just won't be a good thing. And the next thing that we have is our HOA. This comes out quarterly, but I set aside a specific amount monthly so that I can complete our $100 payment. So what I'm setting aside for this pay is $17. And then we have SunPass. And I loaded $15 so that we're good with our SunPass and we're fine to use the tolls with that. Now we have our annual passes for Disney, and I'm setting aside $31.76. This comes out on the 2nd of the month, so I'm actually going to be receiving a pay tomorrow, but this is just for, you know, what I'm breaking down for the pay received today. So this is half of the payment for the Disney membership. And then we have our iTunes. That's 99 cents. And Spotify is $14.99. We have an ID theft. This we got through Xander Insurance. And it's good to have like a protection in case like there is a data breach, which I just got an email from Capital One that they had like some data breach. So I'm glad that I got like an alert, especially I got it through Xander, and it notified me so that I could be prepared, but I don't have Capital One, so I don't have to worry about that. But just in case, guys, if you have Capital One, there was a data breach. In case you do not have Xander, you may not have been notified of that. So make sure you check like your credit. Make sure that nothing weird is going on. So that's just an FYI. So then we have internet. I felt like I spelled that wrong. We have our internet, and I'm setting aside half of that, which is $33. And then we have our car insurance. I'm just setting aside a portion of our car insurance right now. And we have our truck, which is, I go over this every time. I'm so sorry for those who are not new to my channel. You know the deal that I have with leases, okay? Big mistake. I had 2 leases, returned the lease. I didn't want to get another one. We did buy a car cash. And when we turned in the lease, we had some like dents and a few things. We went over miles, and end of story, we owe GM Financial. And this is going to be the last month. August is going to be the last month that we will pay for this truck lease that we have. We no longer have this car, but we're still like paying towards it, which is really annoying. So lesson learned on leases. That is my rant. Sorry. But just have to let you know. And now I'm setting aside a portion for my car payment, and this is my second car lease. Yes, I have another vehicle with a car lease, but we're working to get out of it. It's just going to be a few more months, probably. I think we have like 9 or 10 more payments left, and it just doesn't make sense for us to turn in the lease when we still have to owe it. We're just going to ride the lease through and deal with having to do whatever like payments that's owed on it when we return it, but we just got to deal with it a little bit longer. The next thing is our phone. Setting aside $25 from this pay for that. And then the last thing I'm going to write here is our gas. This is for the both of us. I'm just budgeting out for this week $90, $65 for my husband and $25 for me. And I did add this up, but just to be sure, let's do it again. So I'll do it on camera for you guys because I feel like you all are visual people and you like to see. So 245, 17, 15, 76. All right, so the total expenses, $644.19. Just writing that up here. Now we're gonna take the income. We're gonna subtract the expenses and the giving, and that gives us a total amount. Oops, I think 19 cents. Hold on a second. Oops. I have a different number, like the cents is different from my little cheat sheet here. So let me just verify this. 13.59.57 minus 644.19. 136. All right. 579.38. Okay, $579.38 is what I have remaining, but I do have cash envelopes. So let's break this down. Sorry, I feel like this is like the light is changing. I'm filming this a little bit later, so I apologize for the lighting, guys. First item of our cash envelopes is our groceries. And we budget $75 weekly. That never changes. That is a fixed item for us. And moving on, I'm going to try to keep this in alphabetical order after groceries. So we have an anniversary envelope, and that is getting $14. We have a car maintenance. we're putting $7. Christmas, that's getting 14. Eating out, we're gonna put 40. And then spending is getting 50. Cool? All right. Now, let me just tell you a few things here. Spending, I have not, let's see, I didn't include my sinking funds in here. But on my every dollar, let me just show you guys. On my every dollar, how I come up with these numbers, I use the budgeting app Every Dollar, where it helps you like break down your expenses and all of that good stuff, right? So, no, I didn't. This is for the month of August. So I did receive my pay last day of the month. But these numbers here is for the upcoming month. So for August. So now for August, me and my husband, we came up with a plan of like what we wanted to spend. So these are our numbers with car maintenance, you know, Christmas. I clearly don't know how to spell that. Hello. Christmas. Eating out, gifts, all of this stuff, right? So for spending, we're budgeting for $50. So I'm just going to take the entire $50 for this pay and then leave it be. I was so tempted, guys. Real life struggles. Let me know if you feel the same way. So I received a commission. I have some extra funds, and I'm like, oh, I got a bonus and I did this, and you know, we can use this extra money to like go out and buy clothes and get things that's kind of unnecessary at this point. We are perfectly fine with the clothes that we have. We have everything that we need. We don't need to overspend. Me and my husband budgeted for $50 for that extra spending. So I had to like pull myself back, reel it in, and control myself and not be a child, because we have goals. And guys, this was seriously the hardest thing. I don't know why it was so difficult, but I run into these things and it's real life, and I have to be real with myself. $50 is more than enough to do like random spending. So I'm just going to take the entire 50 and we're going to figure out what we're going to do with that for this month. And it's going to have to last us. If we feel like impulse, we need to go couponing or do whatever to utilize the spending and to get a good deal, right? That is my rant. I am so sorry if you do not enjoy my little outbursts, but this is me. This is real Lizzie. This is me being naturally me. Hence the name, Naturally Lizzie. Anyways, we're going to figure out how much money we have to withdraw from the bank. I already went to the bank. I already did this, but for you all to see, we're just going to add up all of these numbers. Cool. 200, that's the amount of money that we are taking out of the bank. And then we're going to figure out what we need for the denominations, which I did figure this out. So we have 50, 75 for the groceries. Anniversary was 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Car maintenance was 5, 6, and 7. Christmas is 14, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Eating out was 40. To there. And then spending, I want to say I did it kind of weird. I did it like a 20, 2 10s, 30, 40, and then 2 5s. Yeah, I think that's what I did. So we need one $50 bill, 4 20s, 4 10s, 4 5s, and then 10 singles. Alrighty, so this is what I have. Let me go and grab the cash. Boom, there's the cash. All right, let's stuff our envelope. So I'm gonna put this aside here. Oops, can you guys see that? I'm trying to get it in frame. Okay. And get my cash envelopes ready. And just gonna lay this out. Probably not gonna see all of the bills. Let me zoom you out so that you guys can see a little bit more. Okay. I think we could do this. Alrighty. So we always start off with our grocery envelope. And that is getting $75. So we got our 50, our 70, and 75. I'm just curious to know, what is your grocery budget for your family? Like, do you have a formula that you follow? I'm just curious to see like how you figure out your grocery budget, because I personally follow the $100, set aside $100 per person in your household starting at $300. So being that there's 2 of us, we just have a $300 grocery budget for the month. But I'm just curious to see like what are your you know, formulas, or why do you have a certain amount for your grocery budget? And it'll be good to hear, you know, your opinions, and especially for our community that we have here, because for the community it's good to like hear different people's opinions. So yeah, just wanted to like hear your guys' thoughts on this. So let's just break this up here. We got a 10. You know what? I am going to break up this 50 and trade it for, let me see, how many ones do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. So there's that. So that is going to go in here, back in my grocery envelope. All right. So now this makes it so much smaller. So for anniversary, we got 1, 200, 220, 240, 250, 251, 252. I have to update this. I will do that later. I'm sorry, guys. I have not updated this, but I can't find my marker, my Sharpie. So this is laminated, and that's the only way that I can get it to right, but I will find it. All right, so that's that for my anniversary. Moving on. Car maintenance gets $7. 5, 6, and 7. There is nothing in here. So we just got $7. And if you're curious as to find out why I am setting aside a specific amount, make sure you watch this video. I'll make sure to like put it up here in the cards, where I break down like how I come up with these numbers for these sinking funds. Christmas, we got $14. So 14. And guys, another real life situation. I had to take out all of the money that I had in my Christmas fund because we ran into a situation. So we're starting off from scratch. It is the middle of the year. And if you are in the same boat where you have nothing set aside for Christmas, work with me. Like, let's figure it out. Let's come up with ways that we can really be frugal and come up with a plan on how we can grow our Christmas fund. But things happened. I can share more. I share more on my Instagram, more about like my lifestyle and stuff. So if you're not already, follow me over there. I definitely share a lot more about my life and how we get around certain things. So yeah, that's just a little bit about that. I was a little upset, but life happens, and I had money there that we were able to use, and honestly, the Christmas fund was not a priority to us. We did not touch our emergency fund. If we have money in these envelopes and we have to use it, you know what? We got to do what we got to do. So that's just my thoughts on that whole, using your sinking funds and trying to like rearrange certain things in your life, because you can't, you just don't know when certain things are going to happen. And if it's not an emergency, there's other ways that you can like make up for that money and kind of rearrange your budget as you see fit. So anywho, we have $50 that we're going to be putting in our spending. And this is for the entire month. The entire month, that's what we got. And again, we have no money in here. So that's all we have to spend for our spending. Like the extra stuff that we want. So yeah, guys, that is everything for this video. If you are wanting to know like how to plan this out, make sure you watch this video that's over here. I'll try, hopefully it's enough timing where you guys get to click on it. But yeah, make sure you watch this video right here. Subscribe to my channel if you guys haven't already. And I really hope that you guys find this like helpful and encouraging for you guys to like get on track with your budget. Know that budgeting is not perfect. You have to change out a few things week by week, possibly, but as long as you have that goal in mind of being debt-free and growing your savings and building wealth, really, that's all that matters. So I hope that you guys have a wonderful day, and I will catch you guys on another video. Bye, guys.